Hello, Libra, and thank you for taking the time to listen to this message. Happy birthday to all you Libras out there. The sun has now entered your sign, so we're going to have that huge transit taking place right now. This message is just a general collective message for the overview of the month of October. This is for your specific sign. I have done each of the 12 signs out there, so if you want to look at your other placements, have at it. First card up is leadership. Set your goals. I love seeing this. Gives me the Leo because I'm seeing the lion. I am seeing the symbol of Leo right here, the sunflowers as well. And Leo is talking about true leadership, where the sun, it is ruled by the sun as well. Bottom of the deck is sensuality. I feel this is a month of you really stepping into your power, really being comfortable in your own skin. Really coming through, tapped into the highest vibrational frequency of that sign of yours, which is doing what's right, fair, just, bringing balance to situations, relationships, that sort of energy. First card that pops up, and it did pop up and out, was the Five of Cups. I feel like this is where Six of Wands. So I'm feeling like there is a victory for you this month that is overcoming what I feel was a challenging. It could have been, during last month, there was some emotional disappointment, some sort of loss, or just a recognition of connections that, I feel like saying we're up to par, right? We're in alignment for you. That were right, fair, just, that were balanced situations. I feel when you were going through that 12th house transit and you were recognizing and seeing these things. The next card that comes up is the Two of Cups. And of course, this is where you really love that energy of that balance, of the unity of, wow, and look, there you are on the bottom of the deck. That justice, having that what's right, fair, and just. I feel this is a month where you are really tapped into, like I said, the highest frequency of yourself, of your traits, of all of that energy. The Hanged Man is in reverse here. I feel like you've gone through an enlightenment. I feel like this is, to me, feels like the the Fool card right here. That energy feels to me like after going through an awakening. Queen of Swords on the bottom of the deck. I feel like last month when we were in that Virgo season, right? That for those of you that are a Libra rising, that would have been, your 12th house. That's the house of closings, endings, hidden enemies being exposed, that sort of energy. And I feel like for the Libra rising specifically, last month was a month of really, feeling some feelings and being enlightened and awakened to, just some things that were not, like I said, right, fair, just, that were not emotionally balanced, that were, leaving a lot of sadness, loss, regret, that sort of energy. I'm seeing the King of Cups and I'm seeing the Two of Cups right here. So it's very interesting to see this like this. And I feel like this is, wow, Ten of Pentacles. Nice. I feel with this energy, this is like you really seen or became aware or went through some sort of enlightenment when we were in that Virgo season. Again, I feel real strongly, like if you're not a Libra rising, this may not resonate with you. You can check your rising sign. Parts of this may resonate. If you are a sun sign, I did see the sun right there. Take what resonates, release what doesn't. But I feel you went through something where you really had to come out of something where there was something missing, a lack. You really stepped back, took the time to rest, recharge, rejuvenate, and I feel like become enlightened. I feel like you've seen things from a different perspective. I feel like there was something that was shown to you that where you ultimately recognized something just wasn't in alignment for your values, your morals, your code, your whatever, your ethnic, not ethnic, but I'm sorry. Like the code, like the code of ethics that you have for your life, your standards, something like that. It feels like to me you were really made well aware of something that just wasn't in alignment. I feel like you've suffered, there was some sort of, I feel, loss. It could have been the heartbreak, the disappointment, the loss of letting something go that you didn't necessarily want to let go, but I feel like you recognize it was impacting you on the physical look. There is the Three of Cups in reverse. So yeah, I feel like you had to let something go that was emotionally draining, that wasn't balanced, that just caused maybe some challenges in relationships that you have, or that sort of thing. I feel like it was impacting and affecting you in your physical realm as well. Your money, your finances, your resources, your home, your family, that sort of energy. So let's see what wants to clarify this. There's that Fool card that I felt was right there. I feel this month for you is you, wow, and look, the Star card right there. I feel this month for you is you taking a leap of faith, being the leader of your own life, heading in a different direction, right? I feel like after a time of healing where you've really had, and look, underneath that was the Hanged Man. So the Hanged Man is showing up with this on the bottom of the deck, and look, even with the Five of Cups. So this is pretty much all there except for the Star card right here, and the Hanged Man is in reverse up there. So I feel like this is saying what in the past you have gone through, you've experienced some sort of loss, disappointment, being stuck, stagnant, hanging in limbo, going through some sort of healing until you, Queen of Swords, right? Recognize where this was stemming from and made that cut something off, close something out in order to restore balance for yourself and your future. Yeah. I feel like this is the Fool who is taking a leap of faith, turning their back on the Ten of Swords, because to me it does feel like there was some sort of betrayal. I just more feel like that energy of where it just wasn't in alignment with, your code of conduct, your ethics, something like that. I feel like you've rejected something. You've rejected this sabotaging energy. Just, that's how I'm feeling with this. And you've done some sort of healing, because this is a major arcana card. When I see this Star card, and it has shown up here twice. So I do feel like this is where you really had to heal from something. This could have been something that's been, or a situation that was part of your life. I feel like it's some sort of relationship that's been in your life for quite some time. There's the High Priestess. So having to trust your intuition. I do feel like you did trust your intuition. I feel like, yeah, this definitely feels like you really had to look something in the face and say, no, this is not acceptable. This is not in alignment with who I am. There's that King of Wands being the leader. That's leadership energy. This talks about having strength, courage, confidence. I'm feeling all that with that energy as well. And loyalty. I've been really picking up on the loyalty energy lately. Wow, look at King and another King, King of Pentacles. So I do feel, look, this Ace of Swords and the Nine of Cups on the bottom of the deck. I feel like there was some breakthrough as far as truth and clarity, information, some sort of communication or conversation that took place where you really recognized something. You were really honest with yourself and the situation. I feel you decided to, choose better, raise your standards, stabilize something for yourself. And I feel like it required you to cut something out. Yeah. To let something go. I feel like the energy has flipped now. This is given the other energy. I'm feeling an opportunity to go through some sort of enlightenment, maybe look at where they could do better, be better, because I do feel like this is in regards to relationships. As far as you go, I feel like this is you moving forward quite quickly during the month of October, having recognized these things, having done the inner work, healed that energy. Even when I'm looking, I'm seeing, look, the Queen of Pentacles, the King of Pentacles, and then I see the Ten of Pentacles. So I feel like whatever you've done, you've brought balance internally for yourself, or into your physical realm as well, like where you've balanced that masculine and feminine energy. I mean, this can be within a partnership, that is for sure, but I feel like whatever this was, whether it just be the energy within you, your masculine and your feminine energy, is really helping you, you know, bring something very solid and stable for the future. Because I do feel like what you had to let go of was just an energy that just wasn't stable. It just, you know, it didn't, like, I feel like you've had to raise your standards, not settle. It gives me that energy of settling or tolerating, or that kind of energy. Yeah, and look, we get the Emperor to the Nine of Swords. Like, I feel like for a while you were stuck, right? Really heartbroken and stuck, trying to figure out your way, until you ultimately, you know, had the structure and discipline to make those tough calls, those tough choices, those bring forth that change, right? And look, to get that Ten of Pentacles, to turn your back on the past, to take your power back, to move towards the future and cut away all the things that were, you know, like deceptive. This is lying, stealing, cheating. This is getting rid of low vibrational energies. This is having to rise up, stand up, protect your energy. I do feel like, and not only your energy, but the energies of your partner, that sort of thing. I do see the Nine of Pentacles, and then right to the Two of Cups right there, where you know, you may have really had to stand your ground and fought, you know, fought some fights alone, or it felt like you were fighting some things alone. I do feel like you had to really work hard about gaining wisdom, insight, you know, Virgo season. Like, I feel like this is where you were going through something in Virgo. You were going within, you were doing some soul searching. You were not, you know, joking, kidding, confusing, or distorting, lying to yourself. You were being real with what was, and I feel like you had to make some pretty significant shifts and changes in your world in order to restore some balance. And here we are with the sun in your sign now, this being your birthday month, where I do feel like the blocks have been removed and there is this fresh sense of energy, of peace, happiness. There's the King of Swords, you having, you know, made those cuts. Like, maybe before, behind the scenes, you were doing this, but I feel like in the, you know, everybody can see now that you're cutting away things that are not like in alignment with you, in whatever area that is for you. I feel like you're going for the Ten of Cups, and you have disconnected and destroyed, like, I'm whatever binds or whatever was keeping you feeling trapped or bound to toxic situations. I don't feel like you are doing that anymore. I feel like you recognize those situations, see them for what they truly are, and you have severed those ties and connections. So yeah, this is telling me you are moving forward, being guided to move forward. Yeah, break free of something that's blocked. I also feel protect your energy as you're co-creating with the universe something new, something more in alignment with yourself, where you are now, and the future of where you want to be. So I hope this serves you well. I send you love and light. Have a great day.